I'd love to be able to connect more. I have so much questions. My life, ever since as young as I can remember, was a thirst to really understand life.
Here's what keeps most people from discovering this in the intense way that you seek it. You're back and forth. I want it, but I want it, but I want it, but I want it, but I've got it, not now. I've got it, not now. There's too much of the now, what you call manifestation, that you don't want, that you're focused upon, that keeps you from steadily being in alignment with it. This was one of the first things we said to Esther. Your alignment with your inner being is not like a college degree where once you get it, it's yours forevermore. The plaque on the wall says so. It either is or it isn't in the moment, depending upon what you've got going on vibrationally. And so what you want to do is set aside time where you can, for a longer period of time, maintain a resistance-free point of view. You can go to a concert. Esther and friends are going to go over here to this magnificent shell tomorrow night and see Beach Boys. Esther saw Beach Boys when she was 17. Esther and all of the Beach Boys have changed a lot since then. But that will be a tuned in, tapped in, turned on event for the thousands of people that will sit on that grass and watch that event. It will just be one of those wonderful things. You don't have to be talking about anything important. You can be talking about anything that is not in disagreement with the happy, tuned in, tapped in, turned on being that you are, you see. So you can go from interest to appreciation. Appreciation is the easiest tool. That's the one you've got going for you. Appreciation is the easiest focus to tune you in and hold you in that frequency until you can get the momentum going. And you know, once you do that deliberately for a while, focus on purpose and feel good because you're focused deliberately on purpose. And then you start connecting the dots of what happens. It's really fun to hang around with people who are mostly positive and having a really good time. Last time they came, parking is a little tricky when there's that many coming, but things just open. Parking garage was closed because there was a protest at the time. Oh, let's take the path of least resistance. Since we can't go that way, let's go that way. Parking place right there. Who'd have thought that there would be a parking place right there? There it was. Then there's someone in a pedicab. Want a ride? Yes, we do. They all piled in. Pedal, right over to let them off. It's like the universe saying, how about this? 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 Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It doesn't take very much approaching life like that until even when things are a little rowdy next door, they tend to quiet down a little bit. See what we mean? Something more specific that you're looking for?
What you just shared was incredibly timely, just because I've been doing great into manifesting things. So many of the things that I want keep coming, and you just hit something on the head. Is that as I'm bringing all of these things in here, I just get busier and busier and busier with all of these things.
If you are savoring what's coming, busy, let's reframe busy. Let's talk about balance. Air in, air out. That's balance. If you're not breathing in, you get in trouble. If you breathe too much in, not so good either. Money in, money out. Money in, money out. In other words, balance. Ideas in, ideas out. It's all about balance. So when you ask for more and you're not in alignment, then it comes not in a matching way. And so when you feel too busy, where are you emotionally? And are you a vibrational match to your inner being who knows where all of the clarity is, all of the ideas that you have easy access to are, all of the people that could help you out, all of the open doors? Your inner being knows where all of the easy open doors are. And so that's why it's always a surprise. As much momentum as Esther and her magnificent team have, aren't they great? As much momentum as they have together, it was a little unsettling to step into something that was wackadoodle. And yet nobody freaked out. Everybody understands that it is what it is. And when one of the primary people escorted Esther from her room through the back hallways, she said, "You have the nicest people with you." And she was talking about you all. And then she said specifically, "These guys, they're the nicest people." And Esther thought, I know. People used to say to Jerry, "Who comes to these seminars? Who are they? Who are the people that come to these seminars?" And Jerry's answer was always, the common denominator is, they're nice people. The common denominator is, they are nice people. Well, when you feel nice, you are in balance. You are in balance. So if you feel like you have too much to do, then something's got to give. Either you got to move faster, or you got to get some help, or you got to ask for less to do. Aren't those the choices? Well, asking for less is not what you want. You've got an inner being. Everything you ever said you want, friends, your inner being is over here bringing it all in. Everything you ever ask for, your inner being has gathered all of the cooperative components. You want to slow that down, or you want to get yourself up to speed with it? Can you hear the difference? You can't slow it down, so that's not an option. We gave you a multiple choice that you can't choose. You can't slow it down, because you ask and your inner being focused, and your inner being is not worried about time, not worried about physical decline, not worried about not enough energy, not worried about anything. Your inner being is just bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. So what you want to do, you want to focus on being a cooperative component that can be gathered up with everything else. You want to be a vibrational match to what you're asking for. Ask us something else more specific. This is a good conversation about that.
It's timely because I've just started have an interest, and they've come up through the meditations to go to concerts, which is what you just said, and being there and getting up and dancing, just incredible freeing and sort of breaking through this.
Where do you think we get our material? We get it right out of you. Anything that's active in you is going to be part of the conversation that we're having with you.
Yes. And I've got a week coming up in Yosemite, and it's a chance to really to unwind. And how do I do
unwind?
That? How do I do that?
Unwind from what?
From the busyness.
From life? Yeah. From interest? From everything you've asked for? From being queued up to see that and to see that? Unwind from the idea that you want in order to feel more about that?
Yes, so well said.
You don't want to unwind. Yes. You don't want stress, but you don't want to unwind. Your inner being is gathering you. You want to go with the flow. That's not unwinding. You don't want freedom from your desires. You don't want freedom from the perfect route to your desires or to the cooperative components to help you. You want freedom from the resistance that you are not deliberately bringing into the equation. You want to unwind from. What do you want to unwind from? What is it you want to unwind from?
The stress, the ownership of so many things that I feel responsible for.
So stress from it, but not ownership of it.
Correct.
Really?
I don't want to give those up.
And we're not just talking about ownership of possessions or businesses or assets or anything like that. We're talking about ownership of what you've created. That's where all of your vibrational chips are. When you're sorting and sifting through life, you're launching rockets of desire. And this vibrational reality, that's your true nest egg. That's your true ownership. This is who you really are. This is what your inner being focuses on and summons to and tends to and understands and knows that this is you and this is you and this is you and this is you and this is you. You wanted this, you wanted this, you wanted this, you wanted this. You own this. You own this. So you're bringing us to something that we've never said before. When you're trying to release ownership of your own vibrational creation, that's what you're trying to break the stress from. When you're fighting what you've put into your vortex, that's what you're trying to relieve the stress of. And if you just go with it, it would be equivalent to saying, I'm going on a retreat. There's a lot of us going. And we say, oh, where are you going? And you say, to the beach. And we say, nice. And you say, we are going to hold back the ocean. Really? Good luck with that. You're not going to hold back the ocean. And you're not going to hold back the gathering of everything. Your stress isn't because there's a lot to do. Your stress isn't because you're asking for too much. Your stress is because you're trying to do with action what you want to do with your vibration. You're trying to do with action what you want to do with focus. Your opinion is, I got too much to do, but your intention is for it to all be done and be done well and please this and please this and please this. Can you feel the difference?
Yes.
You don't want relief from life or from that which you've become. In fact, it's the opposite that you want. You want to become what you've become. You want to let yourself be all that you've become. Think about all of the layers of stress that people put on themselves about that very thing. I don't want to be too rich. People won't like me. What? You mean you've intended and you've desired and you've wanted and you've got the flow going, and now you can't get poor enough to help poor people be prosperous, and you can't become, what was the word? Decompressed? What was the word? You can't focus on getting rid of stress. That's just going to cause more stress. Because you know what the stress is? The stress is not going with the flow of what you've asked for. So feel how backwards what you were saying. I'm going to go and not focus on the things that I want so that I'll feel better. And we say, good luck with that. Because you cannot stop your inner being's never-ending gathering up of each and everything big and small that you've been asking for. And putting you as best you are allowing it. When we talk about the path of least resistance, hear what it means. It is the path that your inner being has laid out for you. The path that your inner being has laid out for you, that you are able to follow. Because your inner being knows exactly how much resistance you've got and knows exactly how to help you work through, around, over, and under the resistance that you've got. Your inner being isn't saying, come on, let's get with it. Your inner being says, it's over there, you're over there. This is a good plan. This is a good plan. This is a good plan. Sort of like the conversation with the college that we were just talking about. It's like that.